Hello, 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 hello. How you all doing? I'll just wait for people to join before I start. I don't want to repeat myself, so let me just give it a little bit of time. Yeah. Okay. So today's video is about Maya. Not just Maya alone, we have other things to talk about. There was a particular video I was going to play, but I'm just worried YouTube might have a problem with the video. So hello, the I don't know how to pronounce the name. How are you doing? The very first person that left a comment. Hello, very fine. How are you doing? Good night. Thanks for joining the live stream. I'm just going to wait a little bit more so more people can join before playing the videos I have to play. Yeah. Like I said, this live stream is not just about Maya alone. We have other video clips for us to talk about. I think I should start off with hers, and I can always tell people what the video is about. Yeah. So let's start off with this particular video. Hello Dell, how you doing? Good night. Thanks for joining this live stream. Okay. So, nice to have you, Abs. How are you doing today? Thanks, Dell. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your support. Yeah. Okay. Maya is a musician. She recently had an interview where she said she doesn't think she will ever get married because of how she views marriage based on the experience she got from the people around her. She spoke about her mom, her brother. She said her brother is very handsome, and I guess she was making reference to how he treated women. Although I didn't watch all of it, and talking about her in this video is not about all that she said, but the fact that she said that she doesn't want to get married and she gave her reasons. So let's start off with the video.
You don't hear anything else. They're wondering how a woman as stunning as you are, that is the object of so many men's desire, and you probably have the pick of the litter, which is another thing that they assume.
Wow.
Yeah, girl, I know.
It's not even my focus, and it never has been.
Mhm.
My mother's an independent thinker. I've witnessed a divorce, between my parents. I've witnessed all kinds of things. My father is a very attractive man. I've witnessed a lot of things. And it's also not been a safe place in my mind as a little girl. So I've always thought a little different. The white wedding dress, I was very fearful of those things. So I looked elsewhere and probably escaped too much in my work and keep going. But also, I think being independent has forced me to show up for myself and obviously family, friends, and this operation, because I have a mission and I have a vision, but it requires me to be gone. And so that's also very, very much fear-filled, knowing that if I have to be gone 95% of the time and my work calls for me to travel, that must be intimidating. And I also can't show up properly for my significant other. But I'm also now spiritually aligned so much where I know that I'm surrounded by love everywhere I go, right? I'm not seeking, and I know that it will be granted to me in divine time. And I'm not worried about it because my life is full of love. And it comes in so many different forms, not just one person. So I've had to recalibrate my brain and not, I think, govern my life off of this fantasy or illusion that we've all been indoctrinated by or taught by. But when you have a vision as well, and you're fighting for empowerment, and especially for your women coming up, if you plan to be a label and sign young girls, etc., and be their protector, it requires you to show up differently and also think differently. So it hasn't been a focal point for me, and this is what it looks like. You know, I'm very happy with myself, but that also required me to strip a lot of things that are expected of me on a specific timeline for the society that we grew up in to have. I'm talking about marriage, I'm talking about kids, and if you don't have it, something's wrong with you, right? But did I desire it? No, not with what I've witnessed, and not with what I've been through.
So,
not to say I won't, and not to say I'm not open.
Absolutely. But you never, what I say to people, having never been married and also never having children, I always say, I never got the memo. So when people talk about this biological clock and it was ticking, or they had familial and societal pressure, I never felt it.
Okay. Let's talk about that. I just have to be careful so I don't get copyrighted. That clip is a bit too long. Anyways, let's talk about it. You know, the society we live in, it's more like a taboo for a woman that is 45 years old to be single. She's 45 years old, she's single, she has no child, and she's speaking against marriage. I love what she said because to me, she really does understand what all their marriage thing is all about. She does understand what she wants as a person, and she does also understand the pressure that the society mounts on people just to get married. The society does not care if the person you're getting married to is a good person. All they are more interested in is get married, get married, and have children. I love it that the world we are living in currently has changed. It has drifted from how it used to be in the past. Recently, I often see people say the goalpost has moved from 30, from 35, from 40 to 45. You know, before men used to say once you hit 30 years, you're expired. But let me say this, women are not actually the ones that get expired. I understand that with age, people have difficulty when it comes to having children, conceiving. But I tell you, men are the ones majorly with the problem because of their sperm. They begin to have low quality sperm once they hit 30. Some people even experience that a little bit earlier. Once they hit 30, the older they get low quality sperm. This does not apply to everyone, but it's more common with men than women. I know with women we talk about infertility, and if you look closely at the reason for some women having infertility issues, it has to do with the men mostly. But men don't want to accept that. They don't believe that because it cannot happen to them. They are not the ones with the problem. It has to be the lesser being, the women. Even in African tradition, in Nigerian tradition, you would often see in-laws blame a woman for infertility. They don't think that a man can be responsible for that. And what usually happens is, in most cases, the men are the ones responsible. They have low sperm count. They have libido issue. They have erection problem, but they don't even want to talk about it. And when the men are the ones with the problem, you often see women cover up for them. But if it is the other way around, no, they don't even want to hear about it. You're barren. Leave. I don't want to have anything to do with you. I really love the way the world is evolving, the way the world is going. And women of this century, women of this age, we are not waiting for men to accept it or reject it. However way they take it, we've chosen to do things the way we want it to be. More women are getting married later in life than they did in the past. More women are thinking about their finances, their survival on this earth more than any other thing. There is really nothing wrong in wanting to have a child. There is really nothing wrong in wanting to be a mom or even wanting to have a man in your life. I usually say this that many women crave having a man in their lives. But the problem is the quality of men out there and how men view us, how men see us, how men have been conditioned to treat us. The other day, I made a video and I inserted a particular video clip, and that clip was about a reaction video. This boy was reacting to a statement, and he said that men are conditioned to hate women. And this is something I've spoken about before, but not exactly this way. The reasons he gave made a whole lot of sense, and I've spoken about that in a different way. He spoke about how the society forbids men to do feminine things. Oh, you're crying. If you're crying, oh, you're acting like a woman. You're not supposed to do this. Don't do this. That's girlish. So think about it. If they are forbidding men to do women things or to even be found associating themselves with women things, what does that mean? It means that we are not good to them. Like they are supposed to hate us. We're not supposed to be seen in a good light. Because the way they forbid women things, you would think that we women are not humans. That was his point of view, and it made a whole lot of sense to me as well. Let's still go back to the whole conversation about the marriage. She not wanting to get married. I think when she made her, because this was a podcast and the full podcast is on what do you call it, YouTube. The channel name is Hot and Bothered, I think so. That's the name of the channel. You can go there and watch the rest of it. People were talking about how she looks, her appearance. People were talking about how happy she looks. She looks so different. She looks like she's in her 30s. If you decide to prioritize yourself, you will end up focusing more on yourself and treating yourself nicely. When you get to a certain age, this body cannot keep up. I mean, the skin needs external assistance, and that's where you hear people talking about take care of your skin, do not neglect your skin. When you were younger, the skin would do its thing, but when you get older, you need to assist your skin. But when women that are married and let's say the unlucky women that got married into toxic homes, when they don't take care of their skin, you can tell. When they don't take care of themselves, you can tell, because at that time, at that particular age, your skin needs assistance. So, but when you have time for yourself as a person, as a human being, you will definitely pay attention to all that. So, what I'm trying to say here is this: as a single person that has no kid, that has no man tormenting her, you have more time for yourself. As an individual, You have more time to show yourself, like you have more time to learn about yourself and learn what makes you happy and focus more on yourself, as opposed to people that have children. I'm not saying you shouldn't have children, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should not get married, don't get me wrong. But people that are in the wrong marriage are the ones suffering the most. So if you feel like you're not interested in getting married, which is okay. I'm not for the society saying you must get married, everyone must get married. No. If you feel like you're that kind of a person that doesn't want to get married, it's okay. You have to ignore the noise. Ignore what people are saying and do you. And I like what she's doing. And I like how she's talking about it and she's not even ashamed of it. She's not letting anyone pull her down. The reason why I said she's not ashamed of it is because in the past, if a woman comes out to talk about things like this, it's like, oh, she just did one huge thing. Let's castigate her. She just said something that is not supposed to be said. So she having that conversation is really going to give a lot of women hope. Women that have decided not to have anything to do with men. Or even women that are confused. They don't know if they are really interested in marriage. So just do you. The society will keep talking. Just do you. I have another video to play. I'll come back to this particular one.
You don't hear anything else. They're wondering how.
So that means she been picking through the dirty clothes and only washing her shit. Please tell me why I don't see none of your clothes in this right here.
Because it's not my sheet.
So you wash your shit and not mine?
Yes, I'm tired of washing your shit.
Ew, Daddy, why'd you just
Like,
start?
we work the same job. We work at the same place. There's no reason why you can't wash the clothes. No, I have to wash, clean up, take care of the kids, wash their clothes, do homework. No, I'm sorry, not doing it.
What do I do?
You only do shit for yourself. So,
Who takes you to school every morning? Who takes you to school every morning?
is your sister ready?
Me and you.
Okay. Not you.
You didn't say shit in my defense.
Wait,
Just
what was
because you
your
get in
question?
a car and drive. Yeah, you take them to school. I'll give you that. But you wake
Mommy.
up just like that and walk straight out the door. You get up and you drive. That's all you do.
Wash my clothes when she washes hers like you washing already.
No, I don't have enough clothes for all them loads. I'm not doing it.
How did you let my stuff just pile up
You
over
wanna
there though?
work out and wear all this sweaty shit
Hey,
and
do this,
change
do this,
clothes
do this.
3-4 times. I'm sorry. Wash your own shit. I got enough stuff I have to
So
do.
you rather a dirty nigga?
Listen, I'd rather a nigga that wash his own clothes. You're a man. You can wash your own shit. You're an
Wow.
adult. You're an adult. There are no gender roles when it comes to taking care of yourself and taking care of your home. A man can wash dishes, he can cook, he can wash his own clothes, he can do all that. I don't want my daughters being with nobody that don't do nothing. Like, he can be domestic too. Don't the woman have to work? Okay.
Do you have to work? I could have sworn
Yeah,
we both
I
at home.
work.
I could have sworn we both at home right
That's why
now.
we're doing 50-50. I did my clothes, you do yours.
So that means she been picking through the dirty clothes and only washing her shit.
That is just one example of what some married women are passing through. Many men are living their best life in marriages. Like I've always said, to men, getting married is going out there and buying a maid. They don't think taking care of the children is their responsibility. They don't think meal prep is their responsibility. They don't think school runs is their responsibility. And every little assistance, which is not supposed to be called assistance because it's supposed to be the both parties making things work. But let's put it the way they usually say it. Every little assistance they give, they want women to praise them, to recognize them, to acknowledge it. Whereas that woman has been shouldering everything, carrying all the load, doing everything herself without complaining. Please give this video a like. Thank you. Please give this video a like. Thank you. Do you get? Imagine being the woman in that family or being in her shoes. She does everything, the cooking, she takes care of the children, and he's still expecting her to do his laundry. It clearly shows that she sees him as a maid, a help. What does he really do for the children? Just take them to school. Because it's the easiest thing to do. Probably he's doing it because he's going to work as well. There's some fathers that also expect their children to do their laundry, to do the father's laundry for him. They convert the mother, the wife, to their slave, and also the children to their slave. Let me take some comments and say, hold on. Okay, self love says by 45, many individuals have developed a clear sense of their values, preferences, and life goals. Some women discover they genuinely thrive in independence, enjoying freedom. And someone replied and said, this reflects a broader cultural shift towards viewing marriage as an enhancement to life rather than a requirement for completeness. Well said. Yeah, I think over time women have started realizing that because before they made it seem as though if you don't get married, you're a failure, you failed in life. And they also made us believe that all we were created for as women was to just get married and bear children. So if you don't do all that, you're not fulfilled. And up until this day, a lot of women think that way. They believe that. You would see a lady that has her first degree, second degree, she still feels like she has not achieved anything if she's not married or if she doesn't have a child. She feels like she's a failure because that's what people are saying to her. That's how the society is making her feel. Although we are talking about it all the time, but I tell you, a lot of women, more than we can even imagine, still think this way that marriage is an achievement. This is the way I see the whole marriage thing. This is the way I view this life. I believe everyone was created for a reason. We are all on this planet on a journey for a reason. Everyone's pace is different, everyone's direction is different, everyone's destination is different. I also understand that this world can be lonely. They say no man is an island, do not exist in isolation. I get that. So it does make sense for you to reach out to someone that you think might want to be on, not on your own journey, but someone you can't be on the journey with to your own destination while the person does the same. So marriage should not be the end of it, but a bonus to existing on this planet. But the society has made it everything. If you're not married, you're a failure. If you're not considering it, you've not succeeded. You should not be considered a human being. That's the way they've made it to look. They made it seem like. I know some women don't even want to hear men because of their past experience, because of how men have treated them. It might not be to them directly, maybe to the people around them, to their loved ones, to what it may be based on what they've experienced as individuals, as children growing up. Maybe all that. So when I hear people say, I don't want to get married, I don't judge them. When I hear people say, I don't like men, I don't judge them. But I believe that everyone cannot be bad, but we have more bad men than good men because of the society. So it's always good for you to have a mind of your own, block off the noise, and do what works for you. If you feel like you're that kind of a person that doesn't want to get married, why then do it? There are some people that don't like people in their personal space. I know there's a term for this, there's a name for this, but I really don't know what the name is right now. But there is a name for, sorry, but there are people that don't like people in their personal space. They can't take it. It makes their skin crawl. They can't take it. So imagine getting into marriage if you're that kind of a person because the society said you should. It's gonna be torture. Because the society kind of marriage means you and that person have to be under the same roof, share the same bed, do things together. So doing living life for yourself is just the best way to go. The society was made by a man, by men, not by my creator, your creator, our creator, if we all have the same creator. I believe in God, but this world we live in is a mystery. We really can't tell what is happening in the other realm. So, living life for yourself is the best way to go. Do not let the society tell you what to do. I always say the reason why it seems like what the society is saying is the best way is because we are just coming in, we came into this world to meet things the way they are. So it makes it seem like this is how it's supposed to be because we don't know any other way. You get enrolled in school, they teach you, you learn because you don't know. But I think the creator requires us to think critically, ask questions. Why must I do this? Why should I do this? This is not me. It's not working for me. A lot of women are dying in marriages. I was gonna play I don't know if I should play this video. I'm being careful. I'll think, let me see. There's this video. Hold on. Okay. Thinking about it. I don't want this live stream to go down. Okay, let me just tell you the story, then I might play. Okay, let's see how I'm going to go about this video. I have it here, but
Empurra ele! Empurra!
okay, that's the video. I hope they didn't show what I didn't want to show in the video. Yeah. That I think they were married or dating. They were together. Imagine someone that said, okay, if you didn't get the video, let me explain. So that video, the man was, God, I don't even have to explain it. The man was seen hitting the wife repeatedly with something that looked like a hammer or something, hitting her repeatedly over and over again. After he felt like maybe she had given up or something, he decided to jump down and escape. Unluckily for him, He fell off, landed on the floor, and they said someone used their leg to break his neck. Because people were watching, but they couldn't rescue they couldn't rescue the woman. If you don't have the equipment, the tools, how are you going to do that? If you're not a police person, how are you going to do that? You might lose your life in the process because that man has already lost his mind. So imagine finding yourself in such a situation. Someone that claimed to love you, and then the person is doing all that to you. I've covered stories where the men chopped the women into bits. I'm not saying women don't do this, but men do it more. If you're talking about the statistics when it comes to people committing crime, men do it more. I can even comfortably give 95% or 90% of that statistics to men. Men do it more. So imagine someone chopping up their wife. This is why I always ask this question: what truly does love mean to men? Because I believe a lot of them don't understand what love is. A lot of them don't understand what love is. Do you know what it takes for you to decide to be under the same roof with one person? You don't know if the person is a serial killer. You don't know if the person is an armed robber. You might know someone surface level, or you think you know somebody. You don't truly know the person. Some mothers don't truly know their children. So imagine being under the same roof with someone, all in the name of marriage. It is a risky business. It is a very risky one. And then they would tell you, I love you, I do this, you're this to me, you're the air I breathe, all them sweet pickup lines. The same person, after touching you, kissing you, doing everything with you, sharing bed with you, eating with you, the same person will turn around and do all that to you. Isn't it scary? Then what is love? I think to men, love is sexual attraction. Love is lust to them. As long as I feel sexually attracted to you, I can say I love you. I can call that love. Let me take a comment. Someone said, if women were blessed with that pretty feminine frame, but with the strength of, okay, Hercules, women would definitely beat men and cheat openly. Men wouldn't hide cheating anymore. So do you think, okay, so you're basically saying that the reason why women are not cheating is because we don't have strength to beat up men. So men are cheating because they think they have the strength to beat up women. No, men are cheating because they feel like they are superior. And being superior, I don't think because I don't think they feel superior because they have the strength. Some of them feel superior because they feel like they are more powerful when it comes to when it comes to strength. But there are other reasons that makes men feel superior. All them lies that the society told to them, the way the society is structured, the way they believe it's a man's world. It's not just the fact that they feel like they have the physical strength to subdue women. No. And I don't think that women will openly cheat. Should we have physical strength as men do? Some women do cheat, but you cannot compare the number of women that cheat to the men that cheat. Women are more humans or are more humane than men are. Women are more humane than men are. That's why a woman, you can easily see a woman get into a relationship and she's thinking about building up a man, assisting the man, doing this. I'm not saying that men don't do that. Some men date women, do things for them. Do you get? But I think, let me differentiate that. Let me just make it clear. A man can date a woman, spend his money on that woman, but that man can have a bad character and he will not see any reason to change because he's providing. So the woman has to take the bad character that way. A woman can decide to assist a man, but you might not see her, she might not have bad character. Like when I say bad character, when I mean, okay, when I say bad character, that man might not want to assist her home, he just wants to provide and expect that woman to serve him, do the domestic chores, be at his beck and call and all that. But with women, a woman can provide for a man financially, assist in building that man, and you will still see that woman cooking for that man and feeding that man and doing his laundry. So it's very different. Let me see what you're saying in the comment section. Yeah, you're talking about if someone does that, he's very psychotic. How do you know? Some people you don't get to see any symptom till after being married to them for years. How do you know? A lot of men are violent. I think men have I think men have genetic defect. Men are violent in nature. They are aggressive in nature. And I know people attribute that to the testosterone they have, the hormone that really makes them more manly. But not all men are aggressive. So if all men has that hormone, but not all men are aggressive, so what should we say about that? Should we then blame it on the society? So are we not safe to say the hormone is not responsible, or we need the hormone and the societal input for that aggression to come out? So knowing that men are aggressive in nature, why then should they force women that they feel are the weaker vessels, the um the weaker humans, to be under the same roof with men? Men are very vindictive. Some of them are very petty. A lady can cheat on a man, the man will want to kill her because of that. If someone cheats on you, why don't you pack up your bags and leave? It's not a do or die affair. That person has already told you this is who I am. But men don't let it slide because it's a big bruise on their ego. Men some men don't live for themselves. They live for what their friends think about them and what they are doing. Okay, do you agree with me that um do you agree with me that men are violent in nature? Should I use the word nature? Okay, let me take away the word nature because I really can't tell what is making them violent. Do you agree with me that men are violent? If you talk about the unrest in the countries that are fighting war, men caused it. It's like don't like peace. It's control for them. If they cannot control you, they become violent. They unalive you. The way we see these things play out in society is the same way it plays out in marriage. If a man cannot control you, he becomes angry, he becomes aggressive. If care is not taken, he's going to unalive you. If aggression is not controlled, what's the end product? Violence, isn't it? So you can put aggression and violence side by side, or they can not always, but most of the time go together. Micah said they definitely learn it, just like racism is learned also. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm like, I can't, because when I said, oh, they are aggressive or violent in nature, I thought about it. I don't think I should say that, but it's okay for me to say they are violent because in nature, like, how do I prove that? I know they usually do make reference to the hormone, but if the hormone is responsible for that, then all men should be that way. But that's not the case. Or should I say all men are, but some people have a threshold higher than others. Maybe some people might never get to that threshold for them to show themselves. I don't know. And if they have a threshold, if they have different threshold, why is it so? Do you have a problem with what I'm saying? Motown stars. Do you have a problem with that? See, I'm saying more men. There's more men that. It seems like you're new to this channel and you don't quite understand what's going on. We talk about what men do to women. Oh, I read your comment. I guess you were not talking to me, anyways. Okay, sorry about that. I thought you were referring to me. I thought you were referring to me. So back to what I was saying. It's all control for them. If they know that they cannot have that control over you, it becomes a problem. It becomes a big problem. They are willing to do anything to make sure they gain control. Let's watch this video.
After a certain age, you are no longer the product of your environment or how you were raised. It is a personal choice to live the way you do. After a certain age, you are no longer the product of your environment or how you were raised. It is a personal choice to live the way you do. After a certain age, you are no longer the product of your environment or how you were raised. It is a personal choice to live the way you do. After a certain age, you are no longer the product of your environment or how.
Sorry, I had to play it over and over again so we all can hear it clearly. I know we usually say the society is at fault, men were groomed, men were conditioned. Like she rightly said, after a certain age, you are no longer a product of your environment. Whatever you do is on you. Because as an adult, it is your responsibility to think critically, ask the necessary questions, and make the necessary changes. If you decide to continue living in the past or be who you are, who you used to be, and not think differently, change your perception, then everything is on you. As a child, as a child, a little child, I can understand because you have no idea of what's going on. You you get brought into this world, people are telling you what to do because you don't know what to do. You can't even fend for yourself. So it does make sense for you to follow instructions, listen to what they're telling you to do, and do it. So at that very tender age, it's understandable for you to get misled, for you to get heavily conditioned and groomed, because you don't know what's going on. But the moment you become an adult, you can never use that as an excuse anymore. It is your responsibility to change and do better and treat people better. Let me take a comment. Let's see what the conversation here is all about. I do agree with Micah. Is it Micah or Mika? I think it's learned. Should I think so? Sorry, it's a bit confusing. You know why? I saw a video a couple of days back, and in this video, this little boy was given a stick. He was using the stick to hit his elder sister. Let's say that boy was 3 years and the elder sister was 5 years old. He was hitting her repeatedly and she was crying, running away from him. He was chasing her, hitting her repeatedly. The mom came, she was pissed. She then gave the stick to the elder sister to retaliate. The moment she hit him once, he started crying. He couldn't take it. She hit him the second one, the third one, she could not continue hitting him. She became compassionate. She dropped the stick, hugged him. These are kids. Because he was crying. She held him so tight. I'm like, okay, what is going on here? Should I say boys are aggressive and girls are more compassionate? Girls can empathize more, sympathize more. Should I say that? Because I was like, why was this guy so mean? You needed to see the way he was chasing the sister. She was crying, he was hitting her. It's really hard to tell, honestly. I think you can actually figure this out if men are aggressive in nature by carrying out a study with little boys. You need to isolate them. Don't expose them to anything. Just put them in a confined room where they get fed and all that. That's all. You get fed, give them toys, they play, and study them over time. Watch them to see if they're going to be aggressive. I believe every human has that tendency to be aggressive, but it depends on what they are being faced with. For example, if someone has a lion in front of them, you don't need anyone to tell you to fight back or to fight or to save yourself. Those are extreme cases. But with men, they don't need such extreme cases for them to be aggressive. Every little thing that bruises their ego is aggression for them. They become aggressive. Some take it far and become violent. If they cannot control you, is a problem, they would say you're out of hand. You see, this is the angle you're looking at it from, because she could not defend herself. Was the boy defending himself? He wasn't defending himself. He could not take the pain. The pain he was inflicting on the girl, he couldn't take it. He was crying and screaming. He couldn't take it. So I don't think it has to do with um whether she was able to defend herself or not. Women are more compassionate. It's so easy for a boy, for the boy child to abandon his family when he becomes an adult and focus on his formed family, the newly formed family. Let's say he got married and he has children. It's so easy for the male child to do that, but it's difficult for the female child to do that, because she would always think about her family, her mother, her father. That's if she's got a good family. So what's your point? So what's your point? So how does it work? You think women are not more compassionate? So tell us, how does it work? How does it work? I would love to know. I think the biggest problem men have, and why they are mostly the way they are, is because of the fact that they feel entitled. They feel like they are the kings, the prince, and every other thing or human on this earth is their subordinate, is beneath them. Is beneath them. So let's say um someone told you that you're the okay, let's say you're a son to a king, and your father told you that everybody in the palace is beneath you. You are superior. Everyone is supposed to worship you. They're supposed to be at your beck and call. They are all at your service. And then tomorrow you go out there to use your power, and then you see people challenging you. Won't you be surprised? Won't you be shocked? This is some of the rude awakenings some men experience when they try to approach women and think, and then they get rejected. To them, it gets them like a huge shock. Why should that be? Why is she rejecting me? You would even hear some of them say, she's not even that fine. I did her a favor. She's ugly. So because she's ugly, because you think she's ugly, she has to accept you because you're a man. The entitlement is the problem. That mindset of, oh, I'm a man. Yeah, every woman should accept me. Some men, the moment you reject them, You've created a sworn enemy. Some don't let you go. They become a stalker. And some of them will take it to the point where they make sure they teach you a lesson by unaliving you. Just because you said you don't want to be with someone. Yeah, let's talk about this point. This point, Micah is bringing up. Yeah, yeah. Some men don't want to hear "I'm child free." A woman is child free. She's child free. You are child free. They don't want to hear it. It irritates them. It triggers them. It irritates them. It triggers them. And I think the reason why they're not happy is this: when men approach women, they want mainly three things. They want your body for sex. They want the services you render. I'm talking about cooking and all them stuff. And they want you to keep their lineage going. Men want to populate the earth, they want their lineage going. In my country, and I think it's still a thing up until this day, in some tradition, they don't regard women, they don't regard the girl child. You only regard the male child. When I keep saying that, women were conquered. Men and women fought war, which I can't really tell how it all started and what really happened at that time. We were conquered. And that's why everything that has to do with men, men glorify, men exalt it. Is exalted. That's why men are taught to put women down, make us feel inferior. It's so bad in some traditions back home. They don't see you as as a human if you're a girl child. Back in the days, you would hear parents tell the girl child or the female children to stay back home. You have no business going to school. After all, you're going to end up in a man's house. So what's the point? After all, you're going to take a man's name. So you're of no use to this family. You're of no use to this family. And then you expect us women to believe that men will truly care about women? It is still going on up until today. This day is there people are still doing that. A girl child has no right when it comes to her father's properties. This might not apply to all families, but it is very common. Some people are still upholding that tradition. A girl child has no right. Let's say a child is from a family, a wealthy family, or not just wealthy. Let's say the father has lands, plots of lands, properties. She has no right to them. And when they are sharing it, she's not going to get anything. If we go by the tradition, how it used to be, we know these days things are changing. But some people still do the same thing. This what I'm talking about. You have no right, and your brothers will quickly remind you if you want to partake. You have no right. To some people, they believe the moment you're married, you're no longer part of their family. You're more part of your husband's family than you are to your original family. You've been saying women are not more compassionate, and I'm asking you how. I need you to prove your point. I'm going to read your comments. Give me reasons. Give me reasons. Yeah, men are so quick to call women ugly. I'm reacting to the comments in the comments in the comment section. Men are so quick to call women ugly because to them it's all about the looks. They want women to look pretty. They have their own beauty standard. They are the ones in charge of the entertainment industry, the music industry. It's all about the male gaze. So whatever they consider not to be beautiful, then no one should say that to be beautiful. They forget that the people we are talking about are humans. We've got emotions. We are women, we are humans. You would hear men say, "She's so ugly." I'm like, what gives you the right to say that when you know you cannot create a human? Men bully women they think are ugly. And then when they see a woman that they consider to be pretty, beautiful, they are willing to break their neck for that woman. Not because they care, not because they love her. No, because they want to prove a point to their friends. They want to brag. They want to sleep with her, use her body, brag. Is a bragging right to them or bragging right for them to their friends. A man is willing to sell his birthright just to be with a pretty woman, a woman he considers to be very gorgeous, pretty. You see a lot of men working so hard out there. They're not working hard because they are doing it for themselves. No, they're working hard because they want to have that money. Because they believe that money gives them access to any woman, even the prettiest woman, the woman they consider to be the prettiest. Money gives them access. Money can catapult them to that woman's level. So men are very superficial. Okay, let me see if you answered the question. Motown stars. Let me see if you answered the question. It seems like he's here to fight a battle. Motown stars, it's like you're fighting a battle. We're not here to fight, but to discuss. If you feel like you don't agree with whatever point that has been raised, kindly give your reasons. You can't be giving vague answers. You cannot be objecting without giving a tangible reason for your objection. Yeah, it's all about the whole sexual stuff. It's all about the body. I want a woman with a banging body. Oh my god, her body is so cute, is so cute for. It's all about the body. When you look at the face, the body, 10/10. How did they say it? Is it 10/10? 10 out of 10. Then she turns them on. Afterwards, they lose interest. Oh, I've run through her. She's not all that. But they forget that the person you are talking to in that manner, or you're talking about in that manner, is a human being. You forget that the person is a human being. I think generally, yeah, men, okay, let me say this. I think generally, yeah, men don't see us as humans. I don't know how you're going to argue this, but this is the picture that they've painted over and over and over again. If we decide to zoom in on young boys, young adolescents in secondary school, how do they treat women? Is even worse amongst boys in that stage. You would see them come together and plan on how they can sleep with a woman, a girl. And the moment they get one girl, they run off to their friends to announce it like they just achieved something big. They talk about her, trash talk about her like she's not a human. They don't even think about the humanity aspect. Don't think, oh, these things I'm saying about this girl, she might feel depressed afterwards because of this. Don't think about it that way. No. No one is saying women are angels. I don't know if you were not listening when I said that women also do this. I always say we've got the good, the bad, the ugly in every gender. I don't think I've ever said women are exempted from all this. Even when I spoke about the level of crime, if we decide to look at statistics, some percentage can be attributed to women because nobody, no gender has got. I wouldn't say there's a gender that people don't do bad things or we don't have bad people in that gender. I put it to you that your argument is baseless. That's why you're concluding with um women are not saints. Sorry, women are not angels. We are not going to stop anything because the argument is not women are angels, but the argument is about what men are doing to women and how men are. Male psychology, and it also is about we women telling ourselves that we have to open up our eyes and observe more, study these men more because they are clearly not like us. We often get into relationships with assumptions, thinking because we are this way, this man should be this way. Because we see ourselves as humans, we assume because the man appears to be a human that he should act and behave like a human. But that's not always the case. That's not always the case. So no one is saying that women are angels. That's not because his own argument is baseless. I don't see it. I don't see what he's arguing about. He's just running around. And whenever you go to those their red pill manosphere channels and pages, they don't have any tangible point. You'd often hear them slander women, insult women. What is your point? They have no point. Seems like he's gone to sleep, he's gone to bed. You chased him out. The biggest mistake any woman can make is to assume that men are humans as we are. I'm not saying men are not humans, but I feel like they are less humans. So assuming that because you are a human and you've got emotions and because you're compassionate means that that man has to be that way. Oh, I thought you were already sleeping. You're back? Okay. Stop giving us vague arguments. We need arguments with substance. So when you get into a relationship, don't think because you're thoughtful, because you try to consider the next person, you try to consider the person's feelings, or not because you ask yourself, if I do this, how will this person feel? In what light is this action going to put the person? Then you assume the person is going to do the same. No, do not assume. Study, observe, and learn. Draw your conclusion from the person's actions, not you assuming. Because we women, we assume a lot, and that is a bad thing to do. That's a wrong way to approach a relationship. Let the person teach you. Learn who the person is. Then you decide from that. You conclude from that. Yeah, let's go back to the very first video clip I played. It was about Maya saying that she's happy being single, she's happy being child free. She's not saying that she's not interested in men, but she's open to it should she find that person, and she's not pressured. Although she's 45, she's not pressured. That's basically her going against the societal norms. She boldly coming out to talk about it, and that video clip going viral. It means a lot. Says a lot. I wonder what men said under the comment section. Oh, she's old, old cargo, expired. Why you sounding like men want you? We don't want you. You're going to die with your cat, your dog. Nobody wants you. Their normal line. They say this all the time. It's not a broken record. Everyone can recite it. Yeah, Song Jones, how you doing? You've dated females since kindergarten. That's the only female that didn't cheat. Oh my goodness, you're funny. So now what's your problem? Are you saying wait, okay, I want to get your problem because you seem to have a lot of problem with women. You sound like someone that they cheated on. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. So I think he had a bad experience where maybe he was in a relationship. I don't know if you're married, and they cheated on him. So he's not happy. Saying you started dating since kindergarten, then I don't know. I don't know. It says a lot about you. It says a lot about you. But this does not mean that you should say you should defend men the way you're defending men. I often say this, yeah. If you think you're part of the 1% that are good, keep doing you. Don't defend any man. And don't force women to see every other man to be good. If you think you are good, keep doing you. Stop blowing your own trumpet. Let people recognize you for who you are, not you forcing people to see you for who you are. Not you fighting women that are sharing their experience and forcing them to see other men to be good because you feel like you're good because you're good, then that means every other man out there is good. That's unfair on women that are sharing their experience. If you say you're good, no one is arguing with you. Just keep doing you, being good, and let other people talk about your experience. All the men that come on this channel to argue and fight, they always believe they are good. But at the end of the day, you find out they are as much as bad as other men we are talking about. So that means men don't even know what good is or something. I don't know. Let me even ask him. It seems like he's struggling with you obviously do have a lot of problems with women. If you said someone cheated on you, let's talk about it. How did it happen? How did you treat her? Were you there for her in the relationship? Aside women that can't stay without one man, some people are like that. They love to be around. Aside that, those women don't easily cheat on men. And if they must cheat on men, that man must have given them reasons to cheat. But it's not the same with men. It's difficult for a woman to go out there and cheat on a man if that man is being good and nice to her. Women are more builders than men are. If a man is pampering a woman, being nice, being accountable, being respectful, why should she go out there and cheat? But with men, you can be everything to that man, be his confidant, be his therapist, be his counselor, be everything to him, his prayer warrior, everything. That man will still go and cheat. So what are you saying? Okay, you're talking about women doing street work. Who are the people patronizing them? Who are the people interested in that business? You can't have a business if you don't have customers. The customers they determine the business, they define the business. If you have a business without customers, you're going to go out of business because no one is there to patronize you. So what are you saying? The customers are the originators of the business. The reason why you have women doing that is because men are thirsty. They can't keep it in there. They want sex like the air they breathe. So you're here blaming women that are trying to help men. I'm not saying people should do that, but let's talk about it since you brought it up. So you're here blaming women that are trying to help men because they cannot live without it. Are you being for real? Please. When you talk about OF, who are the people there? When you listen to sex workers talk about their experience, who are the people patronizing them? You need to listen more to the female sex workers. They are the ones that truly know men. If you hear what they talk about, what they say men talk tell them about their wives at home, you'll be amazed. OF has more married men than single men. Because we know a lot of single men don't have money. They have more married men than single men. So what are you saying? The men are the confused people here. Oh, you're talking about women shaming men for dating in kindergarten, which is innocent. I don't think you should call that dating. A kindergarten child does not even know his left from his right. So you shouldn't call that dating, and you cannot equate that to um, people doing street work. They're not the same. We are not being biased. You're the one that is not listening. You're not listening because your mind is preoccupied with what you think. You don't want to hear someone else's own point of view, not even someone else, women's point of view, because this is how a lot of men are. They think they are superior. Whatever they think is the best. So whatever the woman is saying is nonsense to them. This is a clear example. We've been talking, I've been explaining to you, and you're still making these comments that don't make sense here. Okay, let me go back to what I was saying, the Maya conversation. Wait, let me see if he left a comment. Yeah, Maya said she's happy being single at 40, and people were like, "Oh, you don't even look like you're sorry at 45." People were like, "Oh, you don't even look like you're 45. You look like you're in your 30s." Then the second video clip I played was about a husband expecting the wife to do his laundries for him, and she was like, "I'm not going to do that. We split the bills. I do my laundry. I take care of the children, which you hardly do. The most you usually the most you do is take them to school." That is what a lot of women are passing through in marriages. Like I said before, men automatically think being married means you just got yourself a maid. They want the children, but they don't want to be part of the process. The woman has taken the bulk of the work by carrying the child, birthing the child, going through labor, and then they still expect that woman to cater for the child. And then you would hear men say, "Oh, women are nurturers. It's easier for a woman to cater for the child because that's how it is biologically. That's how nature made it. That's how God made it." I will forever stand against this point. And I'm always quick to ask this question whenever this point is raised. Let's say that woman passed on that in that labor room. Does that mean that that child is going to cease existing? Does that mean that that child is going to stop existing? Nope. Any human being can cater for a child. Even animals can. Anyone can cater for a child. A grandpa can, an uncle can, a brother can, grandma, anyone can. So saying because you feel like the woman gave birth to the child means she has to be the one alone to take care of the child makes no sense. And then we have this argument of men saying they are providers. I made a video on this a couple of days back. Men are not providers. Women are the providers. Men cannot provide as much as women provide in relationships and marriages. Being a provider financially or just providing financially alone does not qualify you to call yourself a provider. Let me explain how women are more providers than men are. Relationship requires a lot, a whole lot. You talk about the mental aspect. You talk about the spiritual aspect. You talk about the physical. You talk about the emotional. Women are always there emotionally. They are there mentally. They are there spiritually. They are there physically. You only find men providing physically, mostly money. So how can you call someone that provides just money a provider? And then you neglect someone that provides in all ramification. It is unfair. It makes no sense. It's very much unfair. Because without that woman, without she providing all I just mentioned, that relationship will not work. Children require emotional support. That woman provides emotional support to the children, to the husband. Then who does that for her? We know the answer. We know the answer. Then we talk about protection. Men are protectors. No, women are more protectors than men are. Let me explain. We have our mental health. We have our emotions, emotional support. It's not about providing for that. You also have to protect it. Women do that for the family. All men do is protect physically. How many times has a married man shielded his family or protected his family from bullets or robbers? Some families don't even experience that. That means the man never gets to protect. And in some families, the men don't even have the mind to do that. They run off, they run away. The police does that. So what are they protecting us from? We know the answer. Your fellow men. Men are the problem. So women do everything. Everything. When those men want emotional support, they run to that woman. But they don't want to reciprocate because they are mean and wicked. But they would rather give money. Because they know money cannot do that. If money could do that, you think men will be running to women. So they use money to buy sex. They use money to buy love from women. They use money for emotional support. Men use money to buy things from women. They cannot build it because they are lazy. They don't want to make effort. And some don't even care. Or most of them don't care. What are you saying? We have women that are building houses as well. That's physical. We have women that are building houses as well. You can stay, you can fine, okay, a man builds or men builds the walls that are protecting people from mosquitoes and snakes. I'm not biased. You can okay, okay, fine, let's talk about it. He has finished putting up the building and we are in that house. Am I protected emotionally? How is my mental state? I can stay in that house, but that house will not protect me mentally. I can still break down. I can still fall into depression. People that fall into depression, they are not usually on the street. They do that under a roof. People that lose their mind, they do that under a roof. So that goes to show that building a house alone cannot do the protection, and that's the point I'm making here. You saying he built a house. If building a house can protect you mentally, emotionally, and otherwise, then why are people still being depressed? Obviously, that cannot. And we have women that are building houses, women that are into architecture, women that are into construction. Men rely a lot on money to build human interaction because that's what the society told them. Go out there, work so hard, make as much money as possible. You can get any woman of your dream. So a lot of them run with that. Make the money. Wealthy men are very nasty because they have so much ego. Their ego is so inflated, and they feel like I have the money, so I can use you anyhow. If men are not mean and wicked, tell me why. Have you heard of the porta potty? It's called porta potty. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it rightly. I think it's porta potty. You know this whole social media influencers going to Dubai and those men asking them to open up their mouth so they can poop in there for money, dehumanizing women. You can search it. It's a thing. I've spoken about this before, but not on this space. They would they will pee in their mouth. They will poo like it's disgusting, man. Some of them would ask those girls to sleep with their dogs. I know you would say they didn't force them or they offered them money. See, it gets to a point where you can't go back. When they start off, they never tell them from the beginning this is what you're going to do. Although some ladies might know, but majority of people don't know. And then when they get to that stage, you cannot go back. If not, you're going to lose your life. To men, money is their personality. Once I have money, I can get anything. I can have anything. Anyone can bow. Yeah, Potter Potty, yeah, that's the name, yeah. It's power and control. You have power, you can control. It's control. Money gives them power. I think I have to go now. It's been an amazing time with everyone in the comment section. Thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. And I want to apologize for my poor sound. Not here, my videos. I've been struggling with my sound. I've changed a couple of mics, but I'm still working on it. It's going to get better soon. That's why I've not been able to really put out content. So I'm trying to fix my sound. It's really bad. The very last video was bad, honestly. I'm so sorry about that. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for everything you do for me in the comment section on my channel. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for your support on this live stream. Good night, everyone.